Pay you later. Good morning.
Morning.
As our friend over here said, this is, the themes this month have been words beginning with vowels. And we've gone through A and E and I, and so today is O Day. When I first heard that was my theme, I was slammed back into being about 6 years old in catechism class on Saturday morning. We were being taught omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence. And I mean literally we were being taught the words because the meanings were way beyond that time. It was about that time, probably in frustration, that I began referring to them as the O words, kind of like how I refer to the F word today. What does a 6-year-old understand about omnipresence? I mean, this is the concept of being everywhere present at the same time. Or omnipotence, all-powerful. Or omniscience, knowing all. For a 6-year-old, that's probably something like knowing how much glue is on the back of all of the labels of all the dog can ever produced, something really important. It took about 30 years before the concept of these words actually permeated my consciousness. And I began to understand that it was God who contained these all-encompassing qualities. But even then, they were still old words, until I grew in my own consciousness to the awareness that God was my nature, my personal nature. And that just didn't happen overnight. As a matter of fact, it's still ongoing. It will always be ongoing, that growing in consciousness. If God is omnipotent, then God is all-powerful, almighty God. Power is energy. Energy is everywhere at all times. Hence, omnipresent. And since this energy is God, and God is everything and everywhere, then consciousness, knowing, thinking, mind is also God. So God is omniscient. Therefore, this very God that knows all, is everywhere present, and makes up every particle of energy must be you and me, because there isn't anything outside of it. There is no outside. We are individuated God with all of its energy in all of its forms: spirit, matter, consciousness, activity, emotions. All this energy is available to us to the extent that we can imagine it. And that's a key point. We have access only to the amount of energy, to the amount of godness that we can accept into our minds. God is unlimited source. We are limited only by our degree of awareness. We partake of God's infinite power, presence, and knowledge to the level of our consciousness. The good news is that although we recognize God only to the level of our own awareness, since our awareness is pure energy, this is God recognizing itself through us. This is the definitive description of self-awareness, self, capital S, self-realization. We are not individuals experiencing God. We are God experiencing individuation. And because our awareness, our consciousness is God, it will continue to increase exponentially. One last thought. Omnipresence, being everywhere present, must also include our neighbors. So look deeply into every person's nature. There is always more of God. Thank you.